Sergeant Brubaker?
Oh, well, hello again, Miss Phillips.
I won't keep you, but I have to know if you've questioned Vicki Lang yet.
Sit down.
I hope that my investigation hasn't hampered yours.
Well, now you know.
Now I know what?
Now you know the danger of letting your work overlap mine. Remember, me, police detective, you, newspaper reporter.
Yes, I
It's
know.
kind of like an inventor.
An inventor?
Well, more often than not, an inventor is just some guy messing around in his basement, like a hobby. But he comes up with the answer to a question some federally funded institute's been working on for years.
I don't understand.
Well, look, just don't worry about collecting inadmissible evidence. Anyway, even if it were admissible, I don't think we'll need it anyway.
Why? What happened?
We'll get a full confession from Vicki Lang this morning.
No, Dave, I did not steal those names from Who's Who in Kingsley. Well, you want to raise money, don't you? Well, you mustn't be embarrassed to invite the people who have it to burn. Oh, Dave, there's someone at the door. May I call you back? Wait, are you free to come over here later this afternoon? Oh, good. You see, I think you can get a better idea of what it's like then. All right, see you then. Bye-bye. Come on in, Amber. It's open.
Hello, Mother. Hadn't heard from you in a few days. Thought maybe you had eloped or something.
Oh, no, dear. Nothing so impetuous. I have just been very busy.
You did have dinner with Lee last night.
Yes, I did, and it was very pleasant.
Only pleasant. That's so non-committal.
And private. After all, I don't pressure you about Gil Prescott, do I?
Oh, Mother, you've got to be kidding.
Oh, dear, aren't you still seeing each other?
Yes. I'm really weary about this whole Canterbury complex affair. It's all he thinks about.
Well, it's not exactly the sort of thing he can throw over. His business is being threatened, his whole reputation in the community.
Well, the world doesn't end and begin in Kingsley. Besides, I'm not Gil's personal crisis hotline either.
Oh, Amber.
Well, I'm not. If he wants a shoulder to cry on, let him hire a counselor. I have enough problems of my own at the agency.
Have you been keeping up with Stacy's newspaper coverage of the collapse?
I read the first story.
Oh, she's been convinced almost from the start that there's some deliberate wrongdoing at the Planning and Development Commission. She thinks it's an act of revenge against Gil.
Well, she's obviously been talking to Gil. Good for her. Good for him.
You seem particularly peeved this morning, but nevertheless, I wish you would encourage her. Just give her a little interest. She's always been in your shadow, and now she's beginning to bring forth her true colors. And she's turning out to be a fine little newswoman.
I don't begrudge her anything, Mother. Whatever makes her happy.
Well, I think it would make her happy if you would call her on the phone and congratulate her. It would only take a minute.
Well, I must say I should congratulate you on your work for Lee's campaign. Tell you what, if he doesn't get elected to Congress with these names behind him, he should retire from politics.
That isn't for Lee's campaign. That list is for Dave.
It is.
Your father has enlisted my help in his fundraiser for the clinic.
And you accepted?
Yes.
Mother, how could you?
Now, I didn't say that Vicki Lang claimed full responsibility for the collapse. She did confess, fully confess to her part in it, but she insists that even though she was part of the conspiracy, it was actually Nancy Lawson who forged the soil analysis report.
Well, what does Nancy Lawson say?
Nancy denies that she knows anything about a conspiracy. But that wouldn't surprise you if you knew Nancy. I mean, the truth of it is, I don't take her oath very seriously. But even though I don't, I take the woman very seriously. I got a private file that goes back on her at least 2 years. She's never been convicted of anything more serious than trespassing. But she's alleged to have been responsible for at least 1 other forgery and 2 other conspiracies to defraud.
Well, can't you examine the forgery and tell?
The graphologist says that he can only tell it's a forgery, not who did it.
All right, where does that leave things legally?
That leaves us with the motive. And the only one that's got one of those is Vicki Lang. Too many witnesses saw and heard her swear revenge at the castaway months ago.
And Nancy?
I'm afraid Nancy is going to walk out of here free just because we can't prove that she did the forgery.
You're really not very happy about that, are you?
No, I'm not. But it's her word against Vicki's, and unfortunately, Vicki's the one with the motive.
That's tough to take.
Well, you get used to it in this business. But I'll tell you one thing. You did a good job as a reporter and an investigator.
Thank you.
But you check with me first before you decide to go running off into some forbidden territory.
I will.
Okay.
One more thing, Sergeant Brubaker.
Yeah.
Would it be forbidden territory if I interviewed Vicki Lang?
Not if she agrees to it. But you check with me first.
Thanks.
I initiated it this time, Amber. I wanted to see him. I went to the clinic. It was after hours. We had a very warm and friendly discussion about what his goals are as far as the clinic is concerned. It's a tremendous undertaking and a wonderful center that needs help. God knows how they've gotten this far without some kind of professional backing. That's why I agreed to help him.
I wish you would talk to me before you make decisions that you will regret.
I don't regret anything. And I don't have to consult anyone when I make my decisions.
Then why do you let yourself become dragged down again by the man who took the best years of your life and then drowned us all in his precious...
I was not drowned! Oh, it's not for you to say which are the best years of my life, Amber. I happen to think that the best years are yet to come. And in the meantime, I am delighted to be involved with a project as worthy as the Chesterfield Clinic. That's why I am in contact with Dave again. And if my involvement encourages him to stay sober and continue his work, then hooray. Hooray for us both.
Well, I hate to run, but I really can't take any more of this.
Hey, are you with me or not?
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, Lee, you're going to have to know the planks in this platform right down to the splinters. Because there's not a whole lot of difference between you and Wainwright on the issues. And charm ain't going to be enough.
Is this debate going to be televised?
I hope so, but maybe not. And that's why I'm saying that you're not going to be able to impress the kind of people that attend these things with just the famous Carruthers double take. No, sir. This time, Bub, you're going to have to know your facts. I mean, after all, this is going to be at Kingsley College. And you can bet your campaign button that those political science students will be there in force. And so will the press, boy.
I'll be ready.
And another thing. How is your love life?
Well, I guess it's going pretty much by the book. She was impressed by the roses.
Oh, well, keep them coming, Lee. We need an engagement. And not after the election, before the election. You're not getting cold feet, are you?
No, you never get cold feet unless your emotions are involved.
Well, after all, Kate's not an unattractive woman, Lee.
No, I never said that. No, she's got a lot going for her.
She's got a lot going for you, too.
Sebastian, you don't have to negotiate this with me. I'm fully aware of the advantages of this alliance.
Okay. Just speed it up a little, that's all I'm saying. What's so funny?
Well, it's just, listen, I like this woman. I really do. It's just an amazing coincidence, that's all. I mean, not only is Kate a perfect, made-to-order political bride, but also, thank God, there are no children to worry about.
But you like children, remember?
I like the voters' children.
Good.
You're my best man, Sebastian.
Well, I better be.
Excuse me, Lee, I've got to talk with you, if Sebastian doesn't mind.
Oh, no, no. I was just shooting the breeze.
Hold it, Sebastian. Wait, now, what is it, Amber? Because I've still got to get that auditor's report to you before you go.
It's about Mother. She's seeing her ex-husband again. I don't want to see her go back to him. It would be the worst thing that could happen.
All right, fine. Now, look, why don't you sit down and you just tell me about this. Tell us all about it.
I didn't know anything about this. Apparently, she wanted it that way. I suppose you know that Dave works in a clinic in Chesterfield.
I know he's a doctor, yeah.
Yes, well, it's a charitable clinic. I guess it's the only place he could find work. Anyway, they need money, and Mother agreed to help them with a fundraising event for it.
I'd have thought she'd have had her hands full working with Lee's campaign.
She should, and that's why I thought you should know this. Maybe she doesn't realize, Lee, the energy that it's going to take to back you in this campaign. And I want to see you win.
Thank you, Amber. Really, I appreciate your thoughtfulness. But right now, my real concern is for Kate's well-being. Now, did she just volunteer, or did Dave ask her?
He asked her, but she admitted that she wants to see him.
What kind of clinic are you talking about, Amber?
It's called the Chesterfield Free Clinic.
Ben Martin,
Who's that?
another doctor. Remember? He was here a couple of days ago trying to get me to come to a fundraiser. I was busy, or it was too short a notice I couldn't make it. You remember that? I had no idea that's the same clinic that Dave's connected with.
Well, now you know.
Yes. Very strange that Kate didn't mention this to me last night.
No, it's not. She's keeping this from the very people who are closest to her.
Well, all I can say is I'll tell you right now, this is a big shock to me, really.
Oh, come on, Lee. I mean, we all know that you're the man for Kate.
Do we?
I do. Lee, you're the best thing that's ever happened to her, and I'm not going to see her let you go.
Well, okay, my friends, what it looks like to me is we have a campaign within a campaign.
You've got to win this one, Lee. Please.
Amber, you don't know me very well yet, but Sebastian will tell you. There's nothing in the world I like better than a good challenge. And I don't care whether it's political or personal. I've never met a woman as wonderful as Kate, and I do not intend to let her go.
Hi, Mom. You got a minute?
Oh, I think so.
Oh, Candy. Good, because I am so wound up. I just talked to Sergeant Brubaker.
You mean at the station?
Yes. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I accomplished a good deal today, but you act like the cat that swallowed the canary.
Oh, Mom, it is too good to be true. I almost feel guilty about complaining for so long. Do you know he even liked my article on the Police Athletic Association?
You mean Sergeant Brubaker?
Yes. Don't try to remember that article, Mom. You couldn't.
Thank heavens.
It was dues. I was paying my dues. All those wild and crazy assignments were dues. And I realize now that just because I didn't like them doesn't mean that nobody did. Sergeant Brubaker clipped that article. He had it in his desk. And Rodney Simmons will probably save the one on the Junior Science Fair for the rest of his life, and the Garden Club, and the pet stories, and the zoning board.
And I am sure that Sergeant Brubaker liked your coverage of the Canterbury Complex.
Yes, he did. And it means a lot to me because he didn't like the way I gathered the information, and he was right. But he's a professional, and he really did like my overall treatment of it.
Well, Stacy, all you needed was a break.
That's what I kept telling Gene Riddle day after day. Oh, he helped me keep my sanity. And so did you, Mom.
Oh, I don't know how much I've helped, but it's a thrill to see you so happy again. It's been a long, long time.
Yeah, I guess it has. You know, part of the fun is being able to talk to Dad about it. I think he's happy for me, too.
Oh, I know he is.
Has, Amber said anything?
I don't think Amber is capable of much enthusiasm right now. As a matter of fact, she was here not long ago, and I opened up a can of worms.
What do you mean?
I told her that I was helping your father with his fundraiser at the clinic.
And she hit the roof.
Now, I want you both to understand my involvement in this thing.
Have you told Lee about it?
No, I haven't, but I strongly suspect that Amber has. Or if not, she will very soon.
Are you ready for this? I just came from the police station. Brubaker told me that Vicki Lang has just admitted to forging the soil analysis report. So there you have it. Prescott Development is wiped out by one little signature.
Gil. No, wait a minute. Now, didn't Nancy confess too?
No. Vicki said that she was behind the whole thing, but Nancy wouldn't admit to anything. She said that she thought Vicki was up to something the whole time. She was right.
No, she wasn't right.
Oh, come on, Peter. I know you like Vicki and
Liking
everything.
Vicki has nothing to do with this. Now, I know my Aunt Nancy would do something like this. Brubaker knows it, and I'm sure he doesn't believe that she's innocent.
Well, he did say without any conclusive evidence there was nothing that he could do, so Nancy went home.
What about Vicki?
She's waiting to be arraigned.
This isn't fair, I'm telling you, it isn't fair.
But Peter, Vicki confessed to doing it, so obviously she had something to do with it.
Right.
Okay, maybe she did. Probably she did, but she doesn't have it in her to think up something like this.
Why not?
Because I know my Aunt Nancy. Wouldn't be the first time she forged something.
Really?
Yeah, really. See, when my grandmother died, Nancy, well, she drew up this fake will. Everybody who knew my grandmother knew it was fake, but we couldn't prove it until, well, my other aunt comes up with this copy of the original.
Well, Brubaker did say without any solid evidence or to get Nancy to implicate herself, everything pointed to Vicki.
Doesn't Vicky's word count for anything?
Why should it? Look, I can't believe that you two aren't more concerned about this business. We're about 10 million in the hole here, friends. And that's a low estimate.
Gil, we do care. Believe me, we're all in this together.
Yeah, well, I guess there isn't much you could do about it anyway, is there? Couldn't keep the building from falling down. You can't stop our investors from suing us, and nobody can stop the rumors. You know what they're calling it now? Prescott's Folly.
Well, hasn't Sharon Landers come up with anything yet?
She's working on it. She's putting together a suit against the Office of Planning and Development and the insurance company. We should get back some of what we lost.
Well, I don't understand that. It seems to me with Vicky's confession, that would change everything.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Then everyone would know it's not your fault.
I wish it was that simple. It's more a case of all the king's horses and all the king's men.
Yeah, can't put Prescott back together again.
What do you think Lee's going to say when he finds out you're helping Dad?
He won't be pleased.
And Amber will probably make it worse.
You know, I have too many matchmakers in my life and not enough daughters. Hello.
Kate, Lee, listen, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Oh, Lee. Forgive me, this place is like Grand Central Station. May I call you back?
One second. Now, Amber tells me that you're helping Dave raise funds for his clinic.
Well, yes, that is true, but I can't discuss it right now, Lee.
Well, you're not trying to evade me, are you?
I am not trying to evade you, but I can't discuss it. I'll do it in another time, all right?
All right, fine, whatever you say.
Fine.
I didn't expect this much of a grand reunion.
Well, it looks like we all have something to be excited about. Sit down.
Certainly do. Thank you.
Oh, Stacy, did you tell your father about the confession?
No, not yet. Vicki Lang confessed to forging the soil analysis for the Canterbury Dad. So not only did I guess right, but I was also redeemed from my overzealousness in seizing the report myself.
Hey, that is exciting.
You have no idea how good it feels to be doing what you know you can. Mr. McGovern respects me now, and I will start having some say in what stories I want to cover, and I won't always get stuck with whatever dribbles down from above.
Wait, take a breath, or your father will have to revive you.
This girl's really come into her own, hasn't she? And not only am I very happy for you, I'm very proud of you, too.
Well, why don't I make us all some refreshments, and Stacy can fill you in on the details.
No, Mom, not for me. I should be going now.
Oh, you don't have to rush off now, Stacy.
Oh, it's not that. It's just that Oh, I'll just come out and say it.
What?
Do you realize that this is the first time in 4 years that I've seen the two of you together?
Well, I think it's about time that we were able to be friends, but I want you to know that, for now at least, your father and I have a job to do, and I believe in what he's doing at the clinic, and that's why I'm involved with it. So please don't either of you assume that it is more than that. For your own sakes and mine.
Well, fair enough, Kate. I'm happy that you're this interested.
Well, I'm not leaving just so you can be alone. I actually have work to do.
Oh, what are you up to now?
I'm going over to Prescott Development and see what's developing there.
Okay, honey, I'll see you soon.
Goodbye,
Bye,
dear.
Mom. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I think that it's possible to work up a little tea for two. Why don't you look over this list? I'll be right back.
Yes, I'd love to.
No, he can call me here. Right. Bye. Never a dull moment.
How's it going, Gil?
Ask me in about a month. No. I'm sorry, Stacy. I want to thank you for everything that you've done. If it wasn't for you, this thing wouldn't have been able to come to light.
Thank you for trusting me. Finally.
I have been kind of hard to get along with lately, haven't I?
Well, it's good to be cautious. Trouble is, it's my job to be persistent.
And I'm glad you were. At least now I have some credibility around here again, if anyone's willing to look at the facts. I really want to thank you. You're a real friend. I mean it.